So here is more guerrilla urbanism where people have painted onto the street. So that's something to consider when we're thinking about urban design. How can we improve public realm, what colours, and how can we make it more playful? And what does that make the street feel like?
So the difference about this bit of the low traffic neighbourhood is that it's right below or right next to the estate with the two towers. So it's a different setting to the school and the terraced houses of Shakespeare Road, and it's just really interesting to consider how this affects the feel of the low traffic neighbourhood and the guerrilla work on the guerrilla tactics on the ground, and what it's like to have a low traffic neighbourhood abutting onto a greener space. Is this something you like? Is this something you feel works well? What are your thoughts?
How are we going to make our workforce really Railton Road? I think this is quite an important space. You can see like what the opportunity is in here for young people to design, to make the space look better. You can see the paving, for example. It is all impermeable paving, which can change. You can see how the tree roots are planning to kind of explode from the pavement and looking for water, and that's obviously something that can change through design. But you can also see a lot of the art and local artists. They use this space, and it's beautiful for the way it is. So, yes, we need your creativity to improve the space, for sure.
So this is Railton Road that joins to Atlantic Road at the bottom. This is called the front line, which is famous from a lot of the films and in the riots. The little parade of shops along there, they were called, that was known as the jungle. That was known as the jungle. And in the early days of when the people from the Caribbean, the West Indies, my parents, moved into the area, they were lots of derelict shops and bars and things like that. I had uncles who had some of those shops there, and in the basements of some of these bars they had little dens where they would gamble, drink and meet and do all sorts of bits and pieces. And part of the history here was when the police wanted to raid them, they parked a Pickford removal van on the corner there, just on the corner here where the cyclist is, and they left it there for 12 hours with something like 50 policemen in the back of the van, and then they raided it eventually, and I think they arrested about 10 or 15 people. But there's lots of things going on in the area, and off the back of that and the riots, this Dexter Road Play Centre was opened to the local kids in the community, so they had lots of activities to do, and it's seen many generations of young people growing up in the area, using the facility and engaging with the facility. Things have changed, and it's a little bit unused and unloved at the moment, but there is a tremendous opportunity to bring that back into usage and get the new young people in the area to be using and engaging and developing it, and get the councillors to bring it back to the people as well.
So yeah, absolutely. As Barrington said, I mean, there is the Lambeth's intention is to obviously recover the space and to get the young people to use the space, and so it will be a great opportunity for you to provide ideas on how this space could be used as well in the future. So, for example, we can see the fence. Is the fence, the right fence for the area? What can go inside the adventure playground? Is it anything that can be improved? So, yeah. It's Garvey, what we call Marcus Garvey place, is an area rich of history, of course, but an area with a lot of potential in terms of improvements of what it can be in the area. So you can see in here a paved area with bike parking space, which has a lot of potential for new features that could allow the local community to make a better use of the space. And potentially link the Brixton Town Centre with the Hernhill area and kind of Railton Road, and create a nice environment overall. You can see the kind of shopping area here, and really, you know, from this point onward, you start to think about the fact that you're entering into Brixton for good, and that is kind of our kind of gateway into Brixton. So we need your ideas into how can we make this a better gateway into Brixton, and how can we improve the space.
You only can use this
So some of these measures that you can see in here have been implemented for allow social distancing, as well as what we call a flexible business space. So businesses can use the space in a variety of ways. In that particular situation, businesses have chosen to use the space for their customers to sit and drink and enjoy and talk to. While in this situation, it's more about aiding social distancing. So these are the type of measures that we can think about when designing the street to help businesses during this COVID crisis. We would probably need signs a bit removed.